Oh, okay. All right. Welcome back to Marnie's Marketing Mondays. And today we're following up along the train that we've been on here with the Amazon advertising for books. And so over the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about how to use the keywords and stuff to place your Amazon ads. And so I've done that, and I've had some ads running, and I'm starting to see some results. And so I went into had enough as results today. I went in and started looking and seeing that I needed to do a little bit more analysis to see which words are actually profitable, because some of them sell, but you're still kind of going in the hole with the word. You're paying too much for the amount of sales that you're getting for those keywords, and then others are better. So I thought I would show you a couple examples here. I'm also in the chat window going to give you a link right now. It's idealmarketers.com/Amazon ad analysis. And that is going to it'll automatically go and download an Excel spreadsheet. And this Excel spreadsheet is just, I took a shell. I analyzed mine and I made a shell for you so that you can plop your data in there, and it will do the calculations on the right that you're going to need. At first I was going to show you how to make the calculations. Nah, that's too much work. So I'll just give you a ready-made Excel spreadsheet. I knew you were going to ask for it anyway, right? So it's like, let's just give them what I know they're going to want, is the spreadsheet. So this is the spreadsheet.
Glad we can train you.
Yes, yes. I hear your voices in my head, while I'm working. So I'm gonna show you how to use this, and let me go to the screen share. All right, so let me move some of this stuff out of the way. Okay, so what you do is you go to your kdp.amazon.com account and you go to sign in, and I'll show you. I'm going to use a different one. This one, I have one that's not doing all that great with the ads, and I don't really know why that one's not, but this one doesn't have good enough data in it. So I'm going to go into one that does.
So is this only for Kindle books, not for books that you have on CreateSpace?
If they're tied into your KDP account, like where it says you've create a paperback too, you know what I mean, when you put in a Kindle book?
I don't think I did that. I think it's the same book, but I think I created it because I created the Kindle first, and then and this was a couple of years ago, and then created the book in CreateSpace.
Yeah, I know they let you advertise anything. Okay, so the same concepts should be able to work whether you're doing a product or a physical product or whatever. But this specifically that I've been playing with is Kindle books.
Okay. So, I didn't see that before. It says create a new title, Kindle book or paperback.
Yeah.
And this is on KDP, huh?
They've started doing that. So.
Okay.
All right. So when you get in here, any of your books are going to have like a promote and advertise on it. This is the one I'm promoting and advertising. I really could click on anywhere it says promote and advertise because I just need to get to the advertising section. All right. And then where it has like run an ad, you go to the create an ad campaign. And we've done this in a previous episode that if you can't find the link for those, let me know, Joanne, and I'll make sure you get them.
Okay.
Okay, so I didn't really mean to go to product display ad. I want to go up here to advertising campaigns because that's going to show me my stats. All right, so sorry, didn't mean to do that. Okay, so this one is one I have running. You can see that I'm spending more than I'm selling, but I'm letting it do that because I'm thinking, I have run Facebook ads and made nothing.
Yeah, I've been there, done that.
You see, it's really only costing me 36% here because 70% of it I am at least recouping. So I figure it's worth it. I've created a chain of novels that, like Angel and the Enemy, links to Rebecca's Reveries and has a copy of it, a chapter of it at the end, and the Rebecca's Reveries leads to another one, and another one, and another one. And I'm hoping that if they buy one, they'll just keep going through the chain. So it's too early to tell whether they're going to do that. So I'm willing to spend a little bit of money here just to get this promotion. It's also giving me some statistics. So if I click on Angel and the Enemy here, the title, I'm really doing this mainly for learning purposes, and so I can, have something to play with. Okay, so here what I've done is I have created this campaign using manual keywords. I created a sponsor ad where I put in the keywords. I don't use, when I tried using what Amazon would automatically select, I just got no traction at all. It's like it wouldn't hardly even show the ad, nothing. So I went in and I used KDP Rocket that Donna turned me on to, and another friend that sells tons of books told me about. So I figured 2 people in one day tell me about a piece of software, I got to get it. So I got that, and I've been talking about that in previous, weeks. So I used it to get all these keywords in here. And this is just showing, what I bid, how many times it was shown, how many clicks I got, cost per click, how much I spent, how much I sold, my cost per sale over here. Okay, so you can sort this. Like if you click on sales a couple times, it'll sort it from highest to lowest, okay? But so you can see I'm only clearing 82% on that one versus 37% on that one, on down. But I wanted to know a little bit more than that, okay? So what I did is you click this thing right here, that little download, and it's going to bring it down here on your bottom. So if I click that, all right, so it's just basically in a spreadsheet, right? Now I gave you another spreadsheet, and if you download it, here it is. Let's open that one up, okay. All right, and you'll have to hit enable the editing so you can do something with this, so. All right, so all of this blue stuff, just don't mess with that, okay? Sorry. All right, so I'm going to go back to this. I don't want the titles because I've got titles on the other documents. So I'm just going to hold down the shift key and hit page down and select all that. Okay, and I'm going to right click and copy it, and then I'm going to go back over to the little spreadsheet that I made for y'all, and you hit enter and it will bring it in. Okay, so it calculates this stuff over on the right, and there are some of those little error things there, but I'm going to show you how we can kind of make it look a little prettier. So if you select, well, actually we want to get the titles. We're going to sort this, okay? So we get the titles all the way down till the end of our data, and I'm just holding down the shift and hitting the down arrow to do this fast. Okay, so there it is, and I want to sort this. Data, sort, and I want to sort it by profit, largest to smallest. I just want to get these kind of together. Okay, so you'll notice when it does it, you have this stuff with value, yada, yada, yada. If you don't care about those keywords, you could just delete those and get them out of the way. Or what I've done is I just take a 0, because that's supposed to be a 0, and they put a dash in there, and just copy it across. And then I can do the sort one more time to get rid of that. I'm just, if you're just quick and dirty trying. Uh-oh, I did something weird. No.
While you're grabbing that, let me share with you that my friend that started working with this started November of 2017. We're in July now. She messaged me and said that she sold 100 books since July 1st.
Cool.
the Amazon ads, by doing the Amazon ads.
Yep, KDP, right. And her book is at $7.99.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my book's at $9.99.
So I just wanted to put that in there. I thought a little
Yeah.
positivity is a good thing. It took her a while to figure out how to do it, and she's fiddling pretty much the kind of thing that you're doing here.
Okay. So this book that I'm selling, this is Angel and the Enemy here. So I'll give you a spot where you could just put that in. And then it really isn't selling. This one is $2.99. It's a romance novel, or, you know, so I'm not really selling it for as much. So there's the profit per book. It's just running some calculations to figure out how many sales and what the profit is. And then you'll see that down here, see, I'm going in the hole. There's no sales, but I'm paying for clicks. This one in particular, you'd think Civil War historical fiction would be paying off. I'm getting clicks, but it's just not converting, you know.
People aren't buying.
Right. So let's say that I want to go back over here, and I can even search for the ones that are that. So this is the Civil War historical fiction.
It seems like more people are interested in in Civil War romance or Civil War historical romance than historical fiction.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they put it in, they type it in, but they're not.
Yeah. Those are not the people that are buying.
Right. So I'm trying to find, okay, that's it. I've actually paused that one, I think, already. See, I paused it. I was like, but then like this one, it's not really doing much either. So evidently Heather Graham is not, I've already paused her. Okay, so I'm not spending any more money on her. Now, what is interesting is the one that is selling the most.
It's just Civil War, right?
Civil War romance has sold the most, but I'm paying the most. I'm clearing less per book on that one.
And one of the things she had done is that her bids were between 20 cents to 22 to 25 cents. And things that weren't selling, she didn't pause them quickly, by the way. She let them run for a while, because she said what happens is you think you're not getting anything when you're getting those clicks, but you look at the number of impressions, because what happens is that you end up getting that quote free advertising. So just consider that.
That you're just having people look at your eyeballs or whatever, looking or aware that your book exists or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, so the number, when the impressions are high, even though you're not getting any sales from it, they're then, you know, consider waiting on pausing those for a while. Just a while. This is what, you've got a week into this or 2 weeks into this?
Well, I've let them run for a while before I did
it,
you know, so I wasn't, you know, I guess I could waste more money on them, but I would rather, if I have a little bit of a small budget, I would rather have them show the ones that are actually good. So as far as the eyeballs and stuff go, we got impressions here, but like the one that I paused, there's really not that many impressions. 886 on that. So these others, I'd rather spend my money on the eyeballs. See,
you bet.
But yeah, I see what you're saying. If you wanted to, I let them run a while, because I'm like, you know, let's just see how many clicks it takes to get a sale. You know, I could turn around here and sell some of these maybe on that one, and that's why I let it run a little longer. I think I just barely paused it like yesterday or something. Okay, so there's one of them. Let me just show you the process again here. I'm going to close that up. Not going to save it. All right. So this one, he's doing better. He's at least at a 75%. He's still going in the hole some. Okay. But because 70% would be break even. But he's not doing bad. Like I said, we spent a lot more on Facebook ads to get fewer sales than this. So, you know, and if we can get them buying the book, it's worth a little bit of money into the advertising to get a customer. So I'm going to download this one.
Marnie, when you download that CVS file or CSV file, how do you save it? Because it always does save as, and if I don't save it right, I get gobbledygook.
I'll show you in a second.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so there's his. I'm gonna grab that. Okay, so his book is $4.99. And I'm gonna sort it again. Or not again, first time on this one. And at least that puts all those zeros together where I can get rid of them. I just let these ones that aren't doing anything run because it's not, I don't know, it's not really, they're not even showing them at all, really. But never know. Can eventually get rid of them. Okay. So he's doing pretty well. Now this can't be right. I've got something wrong with this. You can't be making that much off of each book. I must have an error in my code. Hold on a second. Okay, so I divided the sales by the price to get how many books he sold. That's right. Sales per click, he's gotten that divided by that. That's right. Sales per click. Profit is, I don't know why we went down there. So number of sales times the amount in the book minus what we spent. That's the profit. How did you make $3.89 on it? That's how do you make more profit on the book than Amazon?
Well, because he sold 2 books.
Then it can't be profit per book, though. I'm wondering if he made 70. Hold on a second. Sorry, guys. I just thought I had this right. L6 is the number of sales times the number of books. Let me try the profit a little differently. Let's do sales minus what it cost. I don't think I'm taking into account the 70% percent is what I'm not taking into account of, I think. Yeah, it needs to be times 0.7 because you're not, you know, or times, yeah, 0.7. I'll have to fix your chart. I'll redo that. I didn't take into account. You're not really making the whole profit. You're only making 70% of it. So sorry about that. Okay, that's more like it. Okay. All right. So 70% of it. All right. Now, if you want to save it, you can save it, Donna, as if what I usually do is save it as an Excel file, and then you won't have that problem, you know. Save as Excel file, and it won't fuss at you about.
Thank you.
Okay, so with these, he's going in the hole. He's had 10 clicks on that one, and nobody's buying it. So I mean, we could run it a little longer, or we could do. I've got a higher bid on it. I could go down on the bid and not bid as much. My friend that sells a lot of books said she didn't get any traction until she bid at least 42 cents or something like that. So it may depend on the audience, but when I was running lower ones, it wasn't getting as much visibility. So I inched it up where she said to do it, and then I started getting impressions. So they recommend a lot of times something in the 20-cent range, but you're just not going to get any visibility on some categories if you do that.
So you're paying for clicks, right?
Yeah, you only pay if somebody clicks through to your book. If they don't click through, you don't pay for any kind of visibility. So I mean, that could be a perk for running these ones that are giving you visibility but no clicks, I guess, like you're saying, if you just want exposure of your book where people see it. I may do the same thing with The Secret. Oh, not $25. Don't want to do that.
So you're just, the ones that aren't converting, you're just lowering your bid?
Yeah, because I mean, people are clicking, but they're not buying. So I thought, okay, I can either pause them or I could lower how much I'm willing to spend on those. He has a finite amount of money. Like he's got $6 a day on this ad, and I want it to show these up here, you know, the ones that are really paying off. Why do I want to spend it $6 on clicks that are useless? If it was up to me, I mean, which it is, I would just turn these others off, you know, but I'm not turning off these that only have like 2 clicks, 3 clicks, whatever, because these could end up working. You know what I mean? That's really
don't know yet.
It's not test yet. So I figure if they're up close to double digits and we're not seeing anything, that's one reason why I was doing like sales per click. See, because I want to know.
Wow, you got a couple there at 100% sales per click.
Right.
So would you put more money into them?
Yeah, we could. We could put more money into those and see if, you know, I don't know how popular they are, whether the impressions are even available, but we could and try to see if we can outbid anybody else. I've noticed they never spend the bid, though. They don't ever spend the whole bid, but the happiness advantage, let's see. We could take that one up to just creep it up a little bit, see what happens. What was the other one? You Can Heal Your Life. Yeah. So I wanted to know on these because I'm like, if you go back down to these ones that are getting like, say, 10 clicks and there's no sales, we really, even at a 20% conversion rate, we should see 2 sales off of this. So this one probably doesn't even have a hope of ever converting at anything fantastic, unless it's a fluke and I just got people who were not that interested that day. You see what I'm saying? That's why I went ahead and turned it off. I should be seeing 2 sales if it was as good as, even remotely good as like the worst one of these.
That's a very general key phrase, the art of possibility. You don't know what it is. It has if you look at the ones that were 100%, they are pretty.
Right.
You Can Heal Your Life, the happiness advantage. I mean, I could see why, people would want to something on those keywords. Yeah. And that's amazing that word unlimited, just that word unlimited did so well and got so many, it got seen so many times.
Yeah.
I mean, to get only 8 clicks, but seen over 7,000 times, and then 25% of those clicks ended up in sales. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Too, so.
I know. I think that must be a name of a book, though.
Oh, maybe.
Let me see if it is, because I don't know why people would just put unlimited in. Let me just.
I bet it is, and that book came up because recently I searched for a book that I wanted to get. I wanted to see if there was an Audible version, and so I searched. I don't know if I searched under the author's name or I searched the name of the book, but some other book came up, Audible book came up that had nothing to do with the other ones that I searched on. The author was different, the title was different, but maybe they came up for that keyword. Maybe it was the name of the book that I put in or the author's name, and then it just came up,
Yeah. So there's several of them. Unlimited 3-day plan for this relates to his book. That does. Tony Robbins's book. I'm curious if it'll show his ad. There it is.
Yeah.
So his bid amount is pretty good because he's up front.
Yeah. Huh.
And the nice thing is you don't have to pay for that unless somebody actually clicks it. So.
Yeah, be careful. I clicked on my own ad one time.
Yeah, you want to do that?
I went, oh no.
Yeah, so I'll fix your spreadsheet and I'll repost it. Sorry about that. I was just like looking at that number going, there's something wrong.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So I would think with your books that are, more, I don't know how it would affect your sales, that your book is more of a high-priced book, but I have used this, let me show you. Have you seen that pricing tool that they have inside the KDP?
No.
Okay. So like I started to increase my angel and the enemy a little bit to see if, can I get some more profit out of these things, But then I checked this and I decided not to. So let me show you. You hover over the book thing and you go to edit ebook pricing.
And what did you hover over to get edit ebook pricing?
The
dot
the
thing?
dots.
The dots. Okay, got you. Okay.
Edit ebook pricing. And then okay, so they have this here, this view service, this KDB pricing support beta. If you view that, it will tell you where the author's best profit margin is, right? Most authors of a book like this, they make the most earnings at a $3.49 price. Now, Dr. Duckett is over here on $4.99 with his. So, I mean, we could play with his pricing, but I don't, I would need to ask him before I would do something like that. But with My Angel and the Enemy, the $2.99 price I had was the point that was the best.
And that's the Kindle book. Do you have a print version? A paperback version?
He has a print version too, yeah.
Does he
I don't know, he could be selling those from the ad. People could be flipping over, and I just don't know. I don't have access to his print book sales data, so.
Does he have it set up so that when someone buys the book at checkout, they have the option of getting the Kindle for 99 cents?
If you go on Amazon, for 90, if they buy the print book, they get the Kindle at 99 cents.
I've had some really good response from people regarding that. Maybe just
I can't remember if we got that set up in there or not. I know I've seen that before, and I've done it with some of my books, but I don't know if his are set that way because I didn't really load all his books in.
But by the way, I gave a postcard to the doctor in the ER when I took Mother in last Thursday. He looked at the card and came back and told me he just ordered my book on Amazon.
Nice. Oh, wow, great.
I said,
wonderful.
Okay.
Cool.
And Mother said, be sure to send me to the hospital with one of your books.
Sure. Be your sales girl.
Yeah, she is. She's my ambassador.
Yeah. So any questions on that? Hey, Judy, how you doing? So I am going to fix your spreadsheet and send it back up, but any questions on what we talked about?
I have a question on something else when people are finished, if I might ask something else.
I guess run with it.
Okay. And if this is too off subject, then just tell me to go YouTube it, because I actually YouTubed a minute ago before we started. I had learned how to install WordPress. I mean, it's pretty simple to do, but I had seen where there were some things that you needed to do for safety's sake. And other than just YouTubing a current thing on WordPress, is there something that you would suggest in installing WordPress on a domain? Do you do something else other than just go cPanel and tell it to install it? Is there something after that you do?
I just go into I have a reseller account, so I have multiple domains. So I'm trying to think of how you do it on.
I've actually got a reseller account.
With HostGator or somebody else?
No, I have it with the one that has solid state drives, A2 hosting.
Okay, so it's going to depend on, how they've got it set up. But like with HostGator, there's a quick install, and you go in and you choose WordPress.
Right.
And you just, tell it the domain you want to put it on, it installs it, and that's pretty much it. I mean, it just does it.
Somebody had said that you do something afterwards in regards to a database. Does that tell you anything? No?
Only if there's some cryptic, they have a cryptic way of installing. You should never have to touch the database unless you're doing some extra sophisticated stuff of some kind. I mean,
okay. I want to keep this simple. Thank you.
Yeah. Anything else?
Thank you so much for showing ducats. That did show me some things about the similarity. That was neat. Unlimited I liked a lot, especially because of the fact that Unlimited, a 3-step plan for achieving your dreams, they've got 153 reviews, and they've got that Kindle listed at $13.99. So, yeah, I just thought that was really interesting. And the unlimited memory is listed at $9.99. So I think I'll add the word unlimited in there.
Yeah, and I don't know how accurate that beta thing of Kindle is, where it says, the pricing thing. Where
Yeah, I don't. It just goes by all books. It doesn't go by the history of your book that you sold. So,
okay.
Yeah, it just goes by all books in that venue or whatever. So
that particular category or whatever.
Looking at it for my book, and it said the exact same thing as it did for Duckett's book, and mine is a whole different. Right.
Yeah. So use your own judgment on it, but you could play around with prices and see. Well,
I put my pricing at $9.99 for a specific reason, because I wanted when they got the print book, I wanted it to look like they had a really great savings with getting it at $99, because it has to do with marketing and creating an image. And that's relatively new, but it was just a thought I had about doing it that way.
Yeah, I did the same thing, Donna. Mine's at $9.95 because my print book is at $19.95. So I wanted to, make it look like a big savings.
Yours is such specialized information too, Joanne, that, I think people need to pay.
Yeah, people will pay for it. They'll pay to.
Yeah.
I think I sell more print books than I do. And that was my purpose. I wanted to sell more. I didn't want to give it so much of a savings that they were just going to buy the Kindle book. So I think I sell more print books than I do Kindle. I know I sell more print books than I do Kindle books.
Yeah, I'll have to ask Dr. Duckett if he's selling any print ones with the advertising that we're doing, because if he is, then that would be affecting the results that we're getting, and I just wouldn't be seeing that. So.
Yeah, and I'm not doing any paid advertising, and I normally sell more than 10 books a month with no advertising at all, with paid advertising at all. I have a website out there, but I don't really do any promotion. I just do Facebook posts once in a while, but
sorry, I'm trying to get this thing out of my way, get back to my desktop so I can show you something. I was going to look for you on. Okay, I just want to get out of the Zoom is monstrous and it won't let me move it out of the way or minimize it for some reason. Okay.
Yeah, you can't do certain things when you're when you're the organizer.
Yeah, I was trying to get to my desktop because I don't have you been on here when we did the KDP Rocket at all, Joanne?
No, I wasn't here last week. I wasn't.
Why don't I show you, because we could do a little bit for you, some keyword research. So tax lien.
Tax lien investing, tax lien certificates. The name of the book is Tax Lien Investing Secrets. Yeah, there's tax lien certificates, tax lien investing.
So this tool shows like what books that have that keyword phrase in there, like where you can pick the keyword you want to come up for with your book. That's how much they're averaging monthly in income. And how many Google searches are done on that phrase, how many Amazon searches. So like tax lien certificates is actually searched for more, a little bit more. Tax liens. And you can look at the competition and get that. You can, like if we went here, so when you chose keywords, you would use those words like on the ads themselves, but then you could use these individual, like if somebody looks for tax lien certificates or John I. Osborne or the 16% solution, or you could use these where whenever somebody puts those in, your ad
comes up. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's interesting.
There you are.
There I am.
Put your own name in and your own thing in. Like I noticed that like with Angel and the Enemy, one of the keywords I chose was Marcia Lynn McClure, because that's a friend of mine that we used to do romances and cross promote each other and stuff. And I've gotten sales off. I get a really good conversion rate on her, just her name, you know. So they're
because people that like her books would like your books too. So.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a really good idea. So yeah, I want to go take a look at the what I missed last week, the recording. This is KDP Rocket.
Yeah, KDP Rocket. I tried to sign up as affiliate, but I don't know that they ever approved me. It's like through what do you call it?
Well, I didn't realize there were all those books out there. I knew there was a lot of books. It's amazing. When I got involved in tax lien investing 15 years ago, there was one book in print.
Oh, wow.
And that was the 16% solution that we saw on there, which has since been, there's a newer version out, but when I started, that version was 15 years old, and that was the only one on there. That was the only book in print.
Well, it's still selling good. That one sells $14.88 in a month there.
Yeah. Is it? Where's mine again? Where did that show up? Texting. Yep, that's it.
This year.
No. Yeah, monthly sales. Yep, that's me. 441. Yeah.
So if you piggybacked on some of these others that are, well, this guy in particular.
Oh yeah, that one. That's the 16% solution. Yeah. Yeah, I could piggyback on him. Yeah. Well, at least I know I'm doing better than most of my competition.
Yeah. So, I mean, they also do like.
And I'm not advertising. These guys, I know they're spending a lot of money on advertising.
Oh, really?
Mine is all organic. I mean, you did some for me, Marnie, a while ago, but I'm not doing any Facebook ads right now, only posts.
Yeah, I think if I were you, I wouldn't do the Facebook ads for it anymore.
Yeah, that's why I want to try these Amazon ads. I think they'd be a lot better than the Facebook ads.
The only benefit of the Facebook is that you're actually send them to your website, so you can,
right.
You know, but if you're trying to get buyers, I think this would be the better way to go. You know,
last week, did you go through how to do the ads?
I think we did that a couple of weeks ago.
So I missed, I think I missed the last couple of weeks. I was there, I thought I was there a couple of weeks ago. What did we do the last Monday I was here? We talked about something about the print books. And you did the authors page, that was it. We did the authors. I remember that, doing the authors page. Was that 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, I can't remember. I'll have to look back through.
Yeah, and I remember I looked for the replay of one of them that I missed. Maybe it was 2 weeks ago. I looked for that replay and it wasn't posted yet. So
Okay, I'll double check. I kind of get running behind on my recording. Sorry about that.
And by the way, Marnie, thank you so much for showing me how to clean up the audio on the video. And I was able to get that done and change out the video on the author page. So it made a huge difference. Thank you. That noise reduction was astonishing.
No, it's a good little tool. I like that.
Sure is.
what did you use to do that?
Audacity.
Audacity, yeah. I use Audacity.
Yeah, just do a noise reduction. You take a sampling of the noise and then you select the whole thing and then tell it to get rid of that noise. I used to use that a lot when we do phone teleseminars and stuff, because it'd be that hum of the phone in the back.
Yeah.
Rip that out.
By the way, Marnie, I keep thinking that maybe you've got something hitting your microphone or something, because that the feedback has been coming. I don't know if you're having a feedback. Just want to let you know.
I'm not hearing it, Donna.
No, it's not now. It's just when she talks.
Oh, I don't know. I've got just my webcam up there. There's nothing hitting it or anything. It's just sitting up there untouched.
Yeah, I'm not hearing when she talks either.
Judy's trying to ask a question.
How are you?
She said she has a marketing question. She says internet dropped for her.
Oh.
Well, it does go in and out, but I keep the access code here so I can plug it back in. I have discovered somebody by the name of Rachel Hollis. Her last name is Hollis. And the name of her book is Girl, Wash Your Face, which...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought we had looked that up. Well, she now... If you Google her or you go to her page, she has something called Made for More, which is my slogan.
Oh, yeah.
You all are using the term piggyback. I've written that down because my question is, how can I piggyback off of her? And if you see what she's doing, I'm completely blown out of the water because she has it's in the movie theaters, so I don't know whether it's live or it's a movie, but her event is called Made for More, and it's actually going to be showing, I would say, in 30 different movie theaters across the entire country, and it's going to be showing here in Richmond. So I bought 2 tickets, and if you go to her page, she has a little 2-minute video called Made for More. So it says, will you be joining me on August 2nd for Made for More movie? Grab a friend and get yourself to the theaters. And then she shows you how to get the tickets. And this is a new marketing technique that I think is fun to know about. Maybe you all could find a way to use it in some way too. And how she was able to pull that off is pretty incredible. I did watch some of her videos, and she has a staff of 12, and her expertise is marketing. So this was probably easier for her to pull off, but there's got to be a way that I can piggyback off her and the Made for More. And it's certainly, empowering women, but it's in a good way. It's not just this Me Too garbage that is out there. So if you have any ideas, and I know we're running out of time, but I am so excited about what she's doing. And
what is her site?
I just Googled Rachel Hollis.
I think it's girlwashyourface.com. That may just be the book, though.
Yeah, I Googled Rachel Hollis, and then the Made for More video, it says at the top of it's on Twitter. But anyway, maybe if you then she's got a Facebook page, and she's really dynamic. And if you all see this little 2-minute video, you'll say, Judy could never, ever, ever do that because she is sanguine, just off the charts. And she's wearing blue jeans that have got tattered holes in it, which I know is the new style. And I guess she's got a big shirt or something. I mean, so here comes little old lady Judy Reed talking about how you're made, or it really is a contrast. And I'm trying to think, well, you never try to be like somebody else, but you look at what the characteristics are of somebody who's successful and what's the draw. She's young, she's dynamic, she's stunning, she's full of energy, kind of like a Marnie. But I mean,
don't let that pull you off your course, Judy.
Well,
how who you are. I would maybe use the term, like in Google searches or something, but you just stick to what you're doing.
Well, I'm still trying to define what I'm doing. So this to me says, okay, Judy, pay attention. She is actually using made for more, and she's pumping the audience up and telling them about their self-esteem and how valuable they are. So the messages are the same, it's just the methods are different.
It appears her site is the chicksite.com, C-H-I-C, chicksite.com. I think that's hers.
Yeah, that is hers. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So can you find this little 2-minute video? I mean, you don't need to watch it now, but I mean, boy, she's got everybody pumped like you would not believe. So I'm a little bit nervous about going to the movie theater.
But this is the deal. Your audience is going to be different than hers. She's going to appeal to maybe some of the much younger crowd, or who knows what, or the people that need really high energy.
Yeah.
But there's so many people that have even been in trauma that don't need high energy. They can't even take it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can lead them to get more pumped about their life without being somebody that, somebody of worth, but somebody that they're not. You are a righteous influence for good on the earth. That's who you are. You're a righteous influence for good on the earth. And I think there's value in saying she's using the term, and there's value in getting Marnie's input about, like, okay, so marketing wise, can we use this in tags, or I don't know what you would say, Marnie, like in keywords or whatever, so that people will find you. But you just stick on your path. Don't let her, learn from her, but don't let her pull you into thinking I'm not this and I'm not that and I'm not that. No, you're not. You don't need to be. You need to be you and your voice and your influence. And you don't need to look like her or act like her. Do you know how many people can just see the compassion in your eyes, and that's what they need? They need you. They need your heart, your words, not her words. They need your words, your way. And all you need to do is organize them in a format that works for you. And then God can bring those people to you.
Well, you're hearing the tapes that are going around in my head for sure.
Well, it goes around in... I'm sorry, Joanne, what?
I just want to piggyback, and I've got to leave in a couple of minutes. I've got a staff meeting at 2, but I just want to piggyback on what you said, Carolyn. Everybody has their own gifts, Judy, and you have your own unique gifts that are different from what Heather has. And as Carolyn said, you've got a different audience. You've got a different audience because there's some people that might need a mother figure, and
it's a totally different audience.
Yeah.
I was looking through trying to make sure she hadn't copyrighted made for more. That's, you can't really piggyback by taking someone's thing if they've decided to trademark it or something like that. But as far as advertising and using it in your keywords and everything, you could totally use it. See you, Joanne. Behind the scenes with like that we're talking about with these Amazon ads and things like that. Or you could buy the phrase if you were doing Google advertising, or if you were doing totally with Facebook ads, you could, if she's going to do something with a movie and everything, it's probably going to turn out to be something that you could target with Facebook ads, things like that. I don't. I mean, I would look around and make sure she's not. You know how some people trademark all those phrases that they use. Just make sure she hasn't trademarked the made for more thing where you can't use it for your own product name or something. You know, of course, you've been using it longer probably, but I don't know if you can establish that you have, and who wants to fight somebody over it. So, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, as far as competition or whatever, I didn't really catch that you were trying to deprecate yourself that much, other than a few things there. I mean, it sounded like to me you were saying, hey, there's this thing and how can I piggyback off of it, you know? So
Well, that's because you're the marketing person. But I hear those things in women. You know,
yeah, she started good, and then she kind of went into the
like, oh,
I'm
Judy,
different and I can't wear
this is what she's wearing and this is what she's doing, and Judy, you can never. When I hear those words, it's like, okay, let's build you back up. Get you back where you need to be. You've been on the same track since I've known you. Don't let this be a distraction. If you need to learn from it, learn from it. But I'll be quiet, but this is my passion. So go ahead.
No, it was good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Because, you know, it's so easy to get swept away into thinking things should be, or I should be different. And so I appreciate that validation very much.
And you're the leader of women of value. Don't get like your own, like, you know, undercut.
Walk the walk.
Well, I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm just saying, just stay in your lane. Like, you have a lane. It's not a limited lane. It's a never-ending, infinite lane. But don't try to walk her lane, because she was sent to walk her lane and reach whoever she reaches. Your reach may be smaller than hers because she's making a movie and blah, blah, blah. But God put you in exactly the same, in the place that you need to be to reach the people that you need to reach. And he'll help them find you. And you're letting Marnie help you find them. So just know what your mission and purpose is. There is no other you. She may not look at you and say, oh, I'm not Judy, but you need to say, I'm Judy. I'm here. You know, here am I. Send me and teach me what you want me to do. And then just organize your materials into the platform you need, and then just start.
Yeah, I think it's encouraging that someone has taken that message that you're talking about, though, and turned it into something that's a movie, though. I mean, that shows there's a need. That shows that you're not off base, and the message that you want to deliver, that there is a market for it, there is something big out there. And like Carolyn's been saying, this girl's going to resonate with a group of people, but they're not going to be your group of people. Probably it's going to be a different group, but that doesn't mean this other group doesn't have the same need. It's just it's personalities. Everybody resonates with different personalities. So I think it's very encouraging that there's something that big of a movement going, that you can, I mean, you're on the right track. Just keep going with what you're doing and the audience that you're here to reach.
Okay. Well, thank you. I obviously needed that. So they're calling me for my infusion, and that's going to let me go in with your kind thoughts and advice and wisdom, and I appreciate it, and I love you all so much.
Love you,
Judy.
You.
Hang in there.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Marnie.
Thank you.
See you, Carolyn.
Y'all take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.